Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, children. Just tell me those two questions now, which we had to solve in the last class. Tell me if it is this one. I'll write it on the screen.
Ma'am, we have to continue from this, ma'am.
Okay.
You said to write this 13th and 14th question, then we discuss 15 and 16, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I'll do it now. Yeah, thank you. All right, children. So what are we given? The sum to n terms of two APs. Two APs meaning two different APs. So their first terms, their common difference are different. The sum to n terms, but in both the APs, we are finding the sum to n terms. Like if we are finding the sum to n terms of the first AP, sorry, the sum to first 100 terms of the first AP, we are also finding the sum to 100 terms of the second AP. The two arithmetic progressions are different, but we're finding the sum to the same number of terms. If the sum to the first 50 terms, if it is a sum to the first 50 terms in the first AP, it's the sum to the first 50 terms in the second AP also. So n is the same. Number of terms, n, is the same. But they're two different APs. So they have different first terms, they have different common differences. They are two different APs, so they have different first terms and different common differences. But it is a sum to n terms in both the APs. In both the APs, it is a sum to n terms. So n is n. N is n in both. But the first terms and the common differences are different. The sum to n terms of two APs are in the ratio 5n plus 4 is to 9n plus 6. So how do you represent that symbolically? See, this is my small letter s and capital letter S. So in English, it's not like that. This is capital S in English, but I'm just differentiating it like that. You can do that. This is like small letter S and this is capital S. Okay. So to differentiate the sums, everything should be different except n. That's all I can say. Everything should be different except n. So see here, small letter s n by capital letter s n. The ratio, no? So Sn by Sn is equal to what? 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. See, the sum to n terms of two APs are in the ratio 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 5n plus 4 is to 9n plus 6. Sum to n terms ratio. So Sn by Sn is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. Is this understood, children? The first equation, this one. Please say yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So now let's expand. What is Sn? We know the formula, n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So see here n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d, n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d in the numerator. Write the same thing in the denominator, but differentiate the first terms and the common difference. So I've used a capital A to be the first term of the second AP and capital D to be the common difference of the second AP. So n is n, first terms small a, capital A. Common differences small d, capital D. Sum to n terms small s, capital S. N is n. N is n. Small s, small a, small d, n. Capital S, capital A, capital D, N. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and then so that's what we just expand on the numerator and the denominator. We write the formula is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. N by 2 gets cancelled. So we are left with 2a plus n minus 1 into d by 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Oh, sorry, capital A. N minus 1 into d is equal to 5n plus 4 by 9n plus 6. Now at this point, we have to do some rough work because we have to take some value for n. And what should be that value for n, we don't know. So we'll just work and identify that value for n. So rough work this is. Now, what are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find the ratio of their 18th terms. The 18th term. So we'll have to find A18 by A18. We'll have to find A18 by A18. 18th terms, the ratio of their 18th terms, A18 by A18. So what is that? A plus 18 minus 1 into D by A plus 18 minus 1 into D. So A plus 17D by A plus 17D. Of course, see, small a, small d, capital D. I'm just reading it the same. So A18 by A18 is equal to A plus 17D by A plus 17D. But what do we have here? We're trying to compare. We're just trying to compare what we have and what we should actually get. We're trying to compare what we have and what we should actually get. We should get this right. We are trying to find A18 by A18. So you should get A plus 17D by A plus 17D. But what do we have here? 2A we have. We don't have A, we have 2A. So what we do here, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. See, it's like you can cancel it. No, see here, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So you're not doing any change. You're multiplying both the numerator and denominator by 2. That way you're not making any, the equation still remains the same. Because you see, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So it's like you've done nothing. You're multiplying by 1. So now multiply inside 2a plus 34d by 2a plus 34d you get. Now it's easy to compare. Now you can compare this and this. Now you can compare this and this. That is what you have and what you should actually get. Now you can compare what you have and what you should actually get. See, you have 2a plus 34d, 2a plus 34d. But here you have 2a plus n minus 1 into d, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So that 2a we have, see here, this 2a, 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 same. N minus 1 into d in the numerator and denominator. Here 34d, 34d. That means when you compare, n minus 1 is equal to 34. The coefficient of d is n minus 1. Here the coefficient of d is 34. So n minus 1 is equal to 34. N on comparing n minus 1 is equal to 34. N is equal to 35. So now we are continuing. See, we were here, right? 1 minute. Just a minute. Yeah. Yes. So now we were actually here. This is the rough work. So we were here. So now we continue like this. Let n be equal to 35. You can show this rough work. You don't have to work and score it out or erase it. In the rough column, you can just work this and leave it like that. Your teacher can see that you worked this. Okay. So now we'll continue with this. We were here, right? Now we'll continue. Let n be equal to 35. I said we have to identify the value of n. So let n be equal to 35. Now, wherever there is n, see where all do you have n? We have n here, we have n here, we have n here, we have n here. Wherever we have n, we'll have to replace that with 35. We'll have to replace n with 35. Okay, so everywhere we have n, we replace with 35. So you get 2a plus 34d by 2a plus 34d is equal to this calculation. So then you take out 2 common and 2 gets cancelled. So a plus 17d by a plus 17d is equal to 179 by 321. 17d is nothing but 18 minus 1 into d. 17d is nothing but 18 minus 1 into d. So what is a plus 18 minus 1 into d? A18, the 18th term. So A18 by A18 is equal to 179 by 321. That means the ratio of the 18th terms is 179 is to 321. Write down, children. Just come back, please write. Finish the first slide, children.
1 minute now.
Yeah, okay.
Done, ma'am.
Right. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is the next one. Sorry? Previous slide, huh? Yeah. Done? Done, Priyanka?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, children, tell me, this is quite similar to the earlier one. The ratio of the sum to n terms of two APs is 7n plus 1 is to 4n plus 27. How do we write this? Yes, I want the answer from you.
Sn by Sn equal to 7n plus 1 by 4n plus 27.
Very good. Next.
Is equal 7
What's the formula? How do you find Sn?
n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d.
In the numerator, we should use small letters, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all small letters. N by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Denominator?
Capital letters n
Cap
minus.
letters. N will be n only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. A capital,
N
D
minus
capital.
capital.
Yeah. Very good. Next. Next.
Ma'am, n by 2 cancels.
Yeah, n by 2 gets cancelled in the numerator and denominator. So you're left with 2a plus n minus 1 into. Yeah, very good. Is equal to. Now here we have to stop and find the expression or the value for n. Okay, so the rough work. After this, we have to substitute. We'll have to give some value for n. Some, or maybe sometimes it's an expression, a number or an expression for n to proceed. So we stop here. We move to the rough column. And what is that we have to find? We have to find the ratio of their mth terms. Mth terms. We have to find the ratio of their mth terms. That means you'll have to find am by am, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, what's the formula? How do you find the mth term? Or what is the mth term? Nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. So mth term will be a plus
m minus 1d.
Yeah, small letters in the numerator.
Capital A plus m minus 1 capital D.
Yeah, very good. So now continue. Now what do you have actually? You have 2a. Now you want to actually compare this and this. You want to compare this and this, but you're not able to compare because you have 2a here and a here. So what will you do to compare?
Multiply 2 by numerator and denominator.
Yeah, so we multiply the numerator. Yeah, so we multiply the numerator by 2, 2a plus m minus 1 into d like this. And we also multiply the denominator by 2. Don't cancel 2 and 2. We have multiplied, we want it. So next, what will you do? Multiply the 2 inside. Multiply the 2 inside. So it will be
2a plus 2m minus 2d.
D. Not 2d, d. Into, divided by
2 capital A plus 2m minus 2 capital D.
Very good. Very good. Now can we compare?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now when you compare this and this, see you have 2a, 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 2a. What is the coefficient of D here? N minus 1. What is the coefficient of D here? 2m minus 2. Everywhere, see in the denominator also, what's the coefficient of D? N minus 1. Here 2m minus 2. Please compare the coefficients of D. Please compare the coefficients of D. 2a, 2a. Everywhere we have 2a. Leave that. Compare the coefficients of D. N minus 1. In our working, we have n minus 1, the coefficient of D. But in the rough work, we have 2m minus 2. So on comparing,
N minus 1 is equal to 2m minus 2.
yeah, on comparing,
Right?
what we have? N minus 1 is equal to 2m minus 2. N minus 1 is equal to 2m minus 2. Now we have to find the expression or value for n. So n is equal to 2m minus 2 plus 1. N is equal to 2m minus 1. We are trying to find a number or an expression for n. So n is equal to 2m minus 1. Now this is the rough work. We finished. Now we are continuing from here. We are continuing after this. Oh, not this one, sorry. We are continuing after this. We are here. We are here. So after this, let n be equal to 2m minus 1. See here, I'm telling you again, we are, after this, we finished 1, 2, 3 steps. This is the fourth step. We are continuing. This is the fourth step. All right. First step, second step, third step. This is the fourth step. Let n be equal to 2m minus 1. So 2a plus, instead of n, tell me.
2m minus 1 minus 1.
Correct.
Into D.
Divided by
2a plus 2m minus 1 into capital D
is equal to
7n plus 1 by 4n.
7n. No, not n. Wherever there is n, you should use 2m minus 1.
Is 2m minus 1.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Plus 1 divided by
4 into 2m minus 1 plus 27.
very good. Very good. Was it Sneha or Harini?
Harini.
Both of you. Harini, but I think both of you know it. One of you is answering. Very good. Then 2a plus 2m minus 2 into D divided by
2m minus 2 capital D
is equal to
7.
no
14m minus 7 plus 1 by 8m minus 4 plus 27.
very good, very good. Next.
14m.
No, it's an equation. You should do both the sides.
Thank you, 2a plus 2m minus 2d.
No, take out 2 common now.
2 into m minus 1 d into d
By
2 capital A plus 2 into m minus 1 capital D
is equal to, simplify this, 14m
minus 6
by
8m minus 23
plus 23. Plus 23. Now take out 2 common and tell me. Take out 2 common in the numerator and denominator.
2 into a plus m minus 1 d.
Yeah.
2 into a plus m minus 1 d.
Yeah. Is equal to. The RHS is already simplified. You just have to write it as it is. Yeah. Then next.
Cancel the 2.
Yeah. Now what is a plus m minus 1 into d? What is a plus n minus 1 into d? What is this?
an.
An. Then what is a plus m minus 1 into d?
am.
Am. Very good. So a plus m minus 1 into d is nothing but am by am.
Capital.
Very good. Is equal to 14m minus 6 divided by 8m plus 23. So this is the ratio of their mth terms. This is the ratio. This is the ratio of their mth terms. 14m minus 6 by 8m plus 23. Yeah, children. Very good, Harini and Sneha. Thank you. Please write down, children. Done the slide, children?
1 minute.
All right.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah. Done, children?
1 minute.
All right.
Yes.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah. All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Ramnathan, Tarun Murali, Harini, Sneha, Priyanka, Ananya, Rajarajeshwari, Nandini, Shreyas, and Hitesh. Very good. College. I think only I think only these two questions were not answered in the last class, right? Anything else for which I have to share the answers?
No, ma'am. This two only.
Okay, thank you. All right, children. So now we'll be seeing some standard questions, from this chapter arithmetic progressions. So see the first one. If AM is equal to 1 by n, that is, if the mth term, AM is the mth term. If the mth term of an AP is 1 by n, and the nth term is 1 by m. See, because sometimes the question will be given in words. I have given it symbolically. If it's in words, you must know to convert them to symbols like this. So if in an AP, the mth term, AM, meaning the mth term is 1 by n, and the nth term is 1 by m, then find the pth term, AP, that means the pth term, the mnth term, and the sum to mn terms. And the sum to mn terms. Find the pth term, the mnth term, and the sum to mn terms. So if the mth term of an AP is 1 by n, and the nth term of the AP is 1 by m, we need to find the pth term, the mnth term, and the sum to mn terms. So very simple, children. We'll just have to construct two equations and find the, see, whenever we work, questions on arithmetic progressions, we'll have to find the value, meaning when we have two equations and we are solving the two equations, we'll have to solve them to get the values of A and D. We'll have to solve to get the values of A and D. All right. maybe numbers for some numerical values for A and D, or some expressions for A and D. But net we'll be solving the two equations to get the values or expressions for A and D. Okay, so how do we construct the equation from this one? AM is equal to 1 by n. That means
A plus m minus 1 d is equal to 1 by n.
very good. And AN.
A plus n minus 1d is equal to 1 by m.
Very good, Priyanka. Very good. A plus n minus 1. Sorry, n minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by n. All right. Don't write, children. I'll show you the answer slide. So now we have two equations. A plus m minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by n. And a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by m. Now, Priyanka, tell me, how will we solve these two equations? Linear equations. How do we solve two equations? Shall we change the signs, Priyanka?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So minus plus becomes minus, plus minus, plus minus. Then
A cancels.
We
A
can
cancel.
cancel a, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. Then what are the terms you have there? Up here, what do you have?
M minus n.
No. Just write what you have here. M minus
1.
1 into D. And what do you have below?
Minus n plus
Minus 1d.
No. Right. What you have as it is minus n minus 1 into
d, ma'am.
D is equal to
1 by n minus 1 by m.
very good. Yeah. Just write what you have here. M minus 1 into D minus n minus 1 into D is equal to 1 by n minus 1 by m. Now, see, remember, we have eliminated A. That means we're trying to find D. We have eliminated A. That means we're trying to find, if you eliminate X, you're finding Y. If you eliminate Y, you're finding X. Similarly, here we have eliminated A. That means we are finding D. So there should be only one D. If you're finding D, there should be only one D. So take out D common. See, here also we have D. Here also we have D. So take out D common. What do you get?
M minus 1 minus n plus 1.
Is equal to LCM.
m minus n.
Very good. So why do we take D common? Because we've eliminated A. We're trying to find the expression for D. And if you're finding for D, there should be only one D. But here we have D here and D here. So take out D common. So then you get m minus 1 minus n plus 1. D is common. Is equal to, on taking the LCM, you get m minus n by mn. So now simplify what you have in the bracket. Minus 1 plus 1. Yeah.
D m minus n is equal to m minus n by nm.
Very good. Or mn. Okay. Yeah. Then what is D? D is equal to
M minus n by nm divided by m minus n.
divided by m minus n. Is this correct? So m minus n and m minus n will get cancelled and D is equal to 1 by mn. D is equal to 1 by mn. Now we'll have to substitute like we always do. Substitute in one of the two equations. So substitute D is equal to 1 by mn in one of the two equations. So you get A plus, supposing you take the first one, m minus 1 into D is equal to 1 by n. So A plus m minus 1 into D, that is 1 by mn into 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. Because D is 1 by mn. So that means A plus m minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. Now remember children, here we are finding A. We found D. Now we are finding A. So A is equal to 1 by n minus m minus
1
by
by
m. Correct. What's the LCM?
n
What's LCM?
n square.
Mn, that's all. Mn is the LCM. So what do you get here? The numerator? What's the first term? M?
Yep.
m minus 1.
M minus 1.
Tell me the signs correctly, Priyanka.
M minus 1.
No, but it will be minus m, minus into minus plus 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Be careful
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
Yeah. So it will be minus m, minus into minus plus 1 by mn. So m and minus m gets cancelled. So what's the value or the expression for A?
1 by mn.
1 by mn. Now see, so now what have we done so far? We have only now found the expressions for A and D. Now we have to answer these questions. Find AP. See, we have not still answered these questions. Because in order to answer these questions, we need the expressions for A and D. In order to answer these questions or find the values of these, we need to know the values of A and D. So that we just found with the help of these two equations. With the help of these two equations, we have just now found the values of A and D or the expressions for A and D. From this, we got one equation, from this another equation. We have just solved the two equations and got the expressions for A and D. Now we'll answer these questions. AP, we'll answer this. That is the pth term, the mnth term, and the sum to mn terms. Yeah, I think that you can help yourself. Yeah, start writing, children. I'm right here. Any doubt you can ask me.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Yes, Shreyas.
we are substituting d is equal to 1 by mn in the equation now.
Correct.
And that in the equation 1 by mn is common for m minus 1 no, ma'am.
Yeah, it is for both mn minus 1.
Yes, ma'am. Why don't we directly multiply a plus m by mn minus 1 by mn so that m and m gets cancelled directly there itself, and 1 by n and 1 by n gets cancelled. So we get.
No, definitely. We can simplify in a different way. Yeah, tell me your method. A plus
From a
m
plus
by
m
mn
minus. Yes, ma'am.
minus 1 by mn. So n and n gets cancelled, correct? Oh, not, sorry. 1 minute, sorry.
Yeah.
1 minute. A plus m by mn minus 1 by mn, correct? You're multiplying 1 by mn with mn minus 1 inside the bracket is equal to 1 by n, correct? Yes. So m and n cancel, m and m gets cancelled. So A is equal to, or A plus 1 by n minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. Now when you take so this 1 by n and 1 by n gets cancelled. So A is equal to, when you take minus 1 by mn to the other side, it's 1 by mn, correct? Yes, you can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Shreyas' way of working. I'll do it here. So after this, A plus m minus 1 into is equal to 1 by n. After this, what he says, a plus multiply m by mn minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. M and n gets cancelled. So we have a plus 1 by n minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. 1 by n on either side gets cancelled. So when you transpose, you get a is equal to 1 by mn. Perfect. Done, children? Done the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So I told you here with the given information, we have constructed two equations. With the given information, we have constructed two equations and we have solved the two equations to get the expressions for D and A. Now we are ready to find the answers to these questions. Only now we have the expressions for A and D. Okay. Now, how do you find AP? AP is the pth term, A plus P minus 1 into D. So substitute the expressions for A and D. Substitute the expressions for A and D and find the pth term. How do you find the mnth term? A plus mn minus 1 into D. The mnth term is A plus mn minus 1 into D. So substitute the expression for A and D. We have found no 1 by mn. So substitute the expression for A and D. Mn minus 1 will be mn minus 1. A and D, substitute the expressions and find the mnth term. And finally, we have to find the sum to mn terms. Sum to mn terms. So that is mn by 2, like n by 2. See, for Sn, you will write n by 2. If it is Sn, it is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into D. If it is Smn, it will be mn by 2 of 2a plus mn minus 1 into D. Smn will be mn by 2 of 2a plus mn minus 1 into D. Like Sn is equal to, 1 minute. What is Sn? N by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into D. So sum to mn terms will be mn by 2 of 2a plus n will become mn minus 1 into D. Wherever there is n, use mn. This is the formula. And then in place of Okay, no, but we have found the mnth term. No, I think you can even easily use this formula to do. You can use this one, but since we have the mnth term, you can use this formula. See here. Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. First term plus the last term. If you're finding Sn, An is the last term. If you're finding Sn, An is the last term. So sum to mn terms will be mn by 2 of the first term plus the mnth term. Sn is equal to what is Sn? N by 2 of the first term plus the last term. So sum to mn terms will be mn by 2. Instead of n, it will be mn by 2 of the first term plus the mnth term. And the mnth term we found here. First term we know. We've solved the two equations and we've got A. That we know. Sorry. The mnth term here we found. So substitute and find Smn. So see here, children. You start working. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So as I told you, AP is A plus P minus, the Pth term is A plus P minus 1 into D. So we found the expression for A, 1 by Mn. D is also 1 by Mn. P will remain P. P will remain P. You're finding the Pth term. So P will remain P. A is 1 by Mn. You'll have to substitute the expressions you found for A and D. And then work to find the Pth term. So it is P by Mn. Mnth term, A plus Mn minus 1 into D. Substitute the expression for A and D. Mn is Mn. So this will be Mn minus 1 by Mn when you multiply. Mn minus 1 by Mn. Then common denominator and all that. 1 minus 1 cancels. So Mn by Mn, which is 1.
Ma'am, I can't hear you, ma'am.
Oh, children, am I not audible?
You are audible, ma'am.
Okay. Leave the meeting and rejoin. All right. Sum to Mn terms. See, I've worked it both the ways for you. Sum to Mn terms. So like Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. Sn, so An is the last term. So Smn will be Mn by 2 of the first term plus the mnth term. So Mn by 2 into A1, the first term is 1 by Mn. And the mnth term we just found here is 1. Mnth term is 1. So Mnth term is 1. The first term is 1 by Mn. Mn is Mn. Mn is Mn. First term is 1 by Mn. The mnth term is 1. And work that. So this is the Mn sum to Mn terms. You can also work it like this. Mn by 2 of 2a plus Mn minus 1 into D. Get the same thing. You'll have to substitute for A and D. A1 is nothing but A, which is 2A. So 2 into 1 by Mn, which is 2 by Mn. 2A. So 2 into 1 by Mn, which is 2 by Mn. So 2A. 2A meaning 2 by Mn plus Mn minus 1 into D. Yeah. Yes, children, anywhere you had a problem with simplification, you can ask me. Okay. So here, if the Pth term is Q, if in an AP, the Pth term is Q and the Qth term is P, show that the P plus Qth term is 0. See, sometimes it will be completely given in words, children. I've used symbols. That's why I'm reading it for you. If the Pth term is Q and the Qth term is P, then show that the P plus Qth term is 0. Is 0. So again, like the first one, we will get two equations. We'll solve and find the expressions for A and D. So see here, the Pth term is Q. That means A plus P minus 1 into D is Q. The Qth term is P. So A plus Q minus 1 into D is P. So we have two equations. So we'll solve the two equations to find the expressions for A and D. So write the equations one below the other. And you have to change the signs. So A and minus A will get cancelled. P minus 1 into D minus, take the new sign, minus Q minus 1 into D. Q minus 1 into D is equal to Q minus P. Take the new signs. Is equal to Q minus P. Children, these are the new signs. These are the new signs. A minus A gets cancelled. P minus 1 into D minus Q minus 1 into D is equal to Q minus P. Now we have eliminated A. So that means we are finding the expression for D. There should be only one D. So take out D common. D is common. See, this is one term. This is another term separated by a minus sign. There's D common in both the terms. So take out D common. So you will get P minus 1 minus Q plus 1. See here, D is common. P minus 1. 1 minute. See, if D is common, you should not write this. D is taken out common here. So you will write P minus 1, minus Q, minus into minus plus 1 is equal to Q minus P. Then in the bracket cancels. So P minus Q into D, P minus Q into D is equal to, we have Q minus P here. We have seen this earlier. A minus B can be written as minus of B minus A. So Q minus P can be written as minus of P minus Q. Both are the same. You multiply minus P, minus into minus plus Q, minus P plus Q. Q minus P can be written as minus of P minus Q, minus P, minus into minus plus Q. So in the next step, minus of P minus Q. So D is equal to, this comes for division here. So you can see here, this gets cancelled. So D is equal to minus 1. D is equal to minus 1. Next, what we found D. Now we'll have to substitute and get the expression for A. So substituting D is equal to minus 1 in A, in equation 1 to find A. To find A. So this is the first equation. See this one. This is the first equation. So there, where you have D, say minus 1. So this is D, so minus 1. And multiply minus 1 with P and minus 1 because it's D is in multiplication there. So P into minus 1 is minus P. Minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. See, it is into D, children. It's into D. P minus 1 into D. D is minus 1. You'll have to multiply minus 1 with P and minus 1. So we'll get A minus P plus 1 is equal to Q. So now what are we supposed to do? We are actually finding the expression for A. We found D. We are finding for A now. So A is equal to take everything to the other side. Have A on one side and take everything to the other side. So A is equal to P and this will become minus 1 plus Q. So P minus 1 plus Q or P plus Q minus 1. Now we have found the expressions for A and D. Now let's find let's find the P plus Qth term. Now let's find the P plus Qth term. So A P plus Q is equal to A plus P plus Q minus 1 into D. Like A n is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So here it is P plus Q. So P plus Q minus 1 into D. All right. So now we'll have to substitute the expressions for A and D. A and D. A is this one. This is A. This one you'll write as it is. D. D is minus 1. D is minus 1. So substitute. Substitute for A and D. Then this is into D, children. This is into D. So it will be minus P minus Q plus 1. I think I went to the next step. Sorry. Minus P minus Q plus 1. Then they come out of the bracket also. Minus p minus q plus 1. They come out of the bracket as it is. So that's what I'm trying to say is be careful here, children. This is into minus 1 into d. You'll have to multiply. Okay, on simplifying, you get the p plus q term is 0 because they get cancelled. P minus p, q minus q, minus 1 plus 1. So the p plus q term is 0. We have to show that the p plus q term is 0. P plus q term is 0 and that's what we have got. Next, we'll have to find an, the nth term. The nth term. See, we can find anything because we have the expressions for a and d. So anything we can find. Now we'll have to find an, which is a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is the expression for a. See here, a is p plus q minus 1 plus n minus 1 into d, which is minus 1. Substitute the expressions or the values of a and d. N will be n. A plus n minus 1 into d. D is minus 1. So work this carefully. How do you work this? Minus 1 is to be multiplied with these two. So you get minus n plus 1. And then remove the brackets. Simplify. You get the nth term is p plus q minus n. The nth term is p plus q minus n. Please write down, children. Please write down, children. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop with this one. I'll just explain now. You can take a screenshot and complete it later. So here, if m times the mth term, see here, m, yeah. Here it is, if m times the mth term, see here, this is what it is equal to n times the nth term, then show that the m plus nth term is 0. So how do you read this information in words? If m times, if m times the mth term is equal to n times the nth term, then show that the m plus nth term is 0. Yeah, somebody read the question completely in words without using the symbols. If m times, if m times the mth term is equal to n times the nth term, then show that the m plus nth term is 0. Please repeat. Please repeat.
M times AM is equal to N times AN.
No, what is AM? What is AM?
AM is equal to A plus M minus 1D.
No. How do you read AM? What do you mean by AM? The mth term, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So say if m times the mth term.
M times the mth term
Is equal to? Is equal to?
M. N times nth term.
N times the nth term. Then show that
A mth term plus nth term is equal to 0.
A you should not say. Show that the m plus nth term. Show that the m plus nth term is 0. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well tried. Well tried, Harini, Sneha. Yes, I want one more person to read it. Yeah, I want another person to read this.
Oh, ma'am.
Yeah.
If m times the mth term is equal to n times the nth term, show that the m plus nth term is 0.
Very good, Rajeshwari. Very good. Correct. So class, I'm reading it again. If m times the mth term is equal to n times the nth term, then show that the m plus nth term is 0. Yeah. Children, I think it's time, so I'll not, because this will take at least 10 minutes for me. It come too late. I think take a screenshot, children. Maybe you can complete writing this. We'll discuss this in the next class. Please take a picture, children. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Please take a picture of this one. Done? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. This one. We'll discuss all this in the next class. Please finish writing this in your tuition notebook. Now that you've got some idea about how to solve these, you may be able to understand. So don't blindly copy, try to understand. Anyways, we'll discuss all this in the next class. Yeah. This one, children. That's all. Only 3 answers I want you to write. 3 or 4. Take a picture, children. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So 6, 5, 4, and 3. So 4 answers I want to write. I want you to write in your notebook before the next class.
Ma'am, can you show the 6th one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, children. That's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, children. Thank you, children. Good night.